Hey guys, this is Jim LaBuda here once again. Today I want to talk to you about a pre-shot routine and why it's so important for you to have and why it's so important for you to do every single time you play and every single shot, whether you're an amateur golfer, whether you're trying out for your high school or college team, whether you're trying to make as a professional, or whether you're just trying to beat your buddy to see who buys the next round of beers. Pre-shot routine is so important, so let's go ahead and I'm going to explain to you why. But before we do that, guys, make sure you click the subscribe button below. Also, please make sure you click the like button on this video and post any questions or comments in the box below. So, first thing I'm going to say is people are asking me is what is a pre-shot routine exactly? Well, a pre-shot routine is going to be what you go through every single time prior to the golf shot to make sure that you're not only lining yourself up to the golf ball every single time, but that you're making sure you're going through the exact same process so that mentally you're going through the same process. Well, why is this so important? Two of the things actually that are swing killers are tension and anxiety. Anytime you get into a pressure situation and you let tension build into your swing, or you start feeling a little bit of anxiety about, oh, I'm going to be on pace to shoot my career best round here or my career best 9, once you start getting that anxiety into your swing, your body starts tensing up, you fall out of your routine, and that's what starts causing the errant and the bad shots. The way we eliminate the tension and anxiety from getting into our swing is by going through and doing the exact same thing every single time and by repeating the same motion and the same actions prior to each and every shot. For all of you who have watched a ton of golf out there these days, you see a lot of professional golfers. I'm going to use Jason Day as an example. He stands behind his ball. I'm going to do this on a face-on view here so you guys can see what I'm referring to. But as he stands behind the ball, he puts his club up. He picks out a line that he wants to line up to, but then he also closes his eyes as he gets set. His eyes are closed because he's visualizing every single shot that he's going through. He's visualizing the next shot so that as he lines up to the ball, he has an idea and he has a mental image of where the ball is supposed to go. So what that does is he's able to control his breathing by going through this mental process, and he's also able at this point to feel a little bit more relaxed and get the tension and anxiety out of his swing. But a pre-shot routine is going to be different for every single golfer out there. Not everybody needs to stand behind the ball and line up and close their eyes and visualize shots. But the key to a pre-shot routine, again, is going to be doing the same thing on a consistent basis. So, if I were trying to hit this golf ball out towards one of the flags out there in the range, my first thought that I'm going to do as I turn my back to you here is I'm going to stand behind the ball and I'm going to pick out a spot on the ground that I'm going to line up to. That's going to be my alignment point. We'll talk about alignment in another video that I'll put a link to up here. So as we align to the golf ball, I'm going to make sure that I'm standing about 3 feet behind the ball. I'm aligning to the spot on the ground so that as I get set up now, I put my golf club on the ground and I make sure that I'm lining up that spot on the ground that I picked out earlier. So I've got a little divot here that I'm setting up to. I set myself up to that spot, and now I want to make sure that my feet are on a line that's parallel to this spot up here. I want to make sure my feet do not intersect, and if I use these alignment aids down here, as I put this down, actually I'll show you up here, if this is my target line, I want to make sure that my foot line is always going to be parallel to that. We never want this line to go and aim our bodies to the right, because then that moves this line off to the right. Jack Nicklaus, in his book My Way, Golf My Way, he talked about how when we're aligning and when you're going through an alignment process, you need to feel like you're standing on a set of railroad tracks. Now, for a right-handed golfer, the right side of the track here is going to be your target line or the ball line. The left side of the track is going to be your foot line. Okay? So we need to make sure that your body, for a right-handed golfer, your body is always going to feel like you're aimed slightly left of the target. That's going to make sure that my body line or the target line is aligned at the target. So I digressed from pre-shot routine a little bit because alignment, again, is such a huge part of going through a pre-shot routine. One of the important things of going through this pre-shot routine is to make sure that we're aligned to our target every single time. So as you get set up to the ball now, I get up here, I make sure I'm aligned properly. Okay, ball position of my stance is good. I take one last look at the target, set myself up, and I go ahead and make a good golf swing. Now, by going through this every single time, again, you're going to get all the tension, all the anxiety out of your swing the more you do this. But here's the biggest thing that's going to help you guys out. Most people, when they go to a driving range, they stand at the mat or they stand in a spot on the grass range and they just pound ball after ball after ball. Nobody really knows where they're aiming to, where they're aligning to. I've asked so many people on the driving range, well, where are you aiming? And all they tell me is, out there. Well, how do you expect to practice? How do you expect to improve if you're not aiming? When you're on the golf course, you're always aiming at a specific target. You're just not trying to hit it out there. So when you're in the driving range, you got to practice how you play. You got to make sure that you're aligning to specific targets. You got to make sure that you're aiming at flags. When you're practicing your driver, you got to make sure you're picking out 2 different flags out there, one on the left side of the fairway, one on the right side of the fairway, and pretend that you're trying to split that fairway down the middle. But the most important part of practicing is going through your pre-shot routine each and every time. When I go and I put another ball down here, I'm not going to put my ball in the exact same spot that I just hit from before. So I'm going to have to come back behind here again, pick out another spot, align to the target again, and get myself set up. If you want to make sure you're improving your golf scores, if you want to improve your golf game, start by practicing better on the driving range. Start by developing a consistent pre-shot routine that you do every time on the driving range. You're going to start feeling more comfortable with it. Take it out to the golf course. Start doing your pre-shot routine out there. You guys are going to start developing more confidence, and you're going to find yourself performing better in those pressure situations, specifically when you're trying to shoot a career low round, whether you're trying to qualify for some team, or whether you're just trying to beat your buddy for the first time. Make sure you go through, develop the pre-shot routine. It's going to help you relieve a lot of that tension, all that anxiety in your swings. So guys, thanks for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Again, if you have any questions or comments, feel free to post them in the box below. Always keep it in the fairway, guys. Have yourself a great day.